Hey, happy Friday. So I wanted to come on and talk to you today about changing your mindset. I did a team training on this on Wednesday night, and it's really something that I feel strongly about, and it's not something that just pertains to business owners. So it's something that I just wanted to quickly share with you, especially if you're working towards a fitness goal or just one of your life goals in general. Changing your mindset can be a huge benefit to you. So there are two kinds of mindsets that I'm going to talk about. One is your fixed mindset, and one is your growth mindset. Your fixed mindset is that negative voice that we always have in the back of our head that says you can't do this, you're not good enough, you failed because you suck, like all of those things that we constantly have running through the back of our mind. That's your fixed mindset, and you really are in control of that. You have the opportunity to talk back to that negative part, that fixed mindset, and say, I'm not a failure, I'm not stupid, I'm good enough to do this, I can make it work, I can reach my goal. No matter what your goal is, you just have to have the discipline and the ability to recognize when that negative voice is coming out, no matter what you're doing. So it takes practice, it takes ability. You have to be willing to self-reflect, and you have to be willing to admit when you're just making excuses for something. So maybe you set a goal and you didn't reach it. Reflect back on why you didn't reach it. We can't always reach our goals when we think we're going to, but just accepting the fact that we failed is not good enough, because it's kind of a waste of all the effort that you put in. So if you sit down and reflect on why you didn't reach your goal, maybe you made excuses about not having time, maybe you made excuses about saying what you were doing to reach your goal wasn't working. Really, all of those are just excuses. So you kind of have to change the way that you're thinking, change over to a growth mindset. Instead of saying what I'm doing is not working, you should be saying, what else can I do? Because a lot of times we don't see the results of what we're doing right now in the next minute or in the next week. It could take a month, it could take 2 months, especially if you have a health and fitness goal. It's going to take a lot longer to see the progress that you want to see. So don't beat yourself up. Don't say you're failing at this. Say instead, what else can I do? Maybe right now your goal is weight loss, and so the only thing you're doing is working out. The numbers on the scale aren't changing, and you're getting ready to give up, or you're just calling yourself a failure. Instead, say, what else can I do? Look at diet, look at how much time you're putting into it. Measure inches and not weight, because what a lot of people forget, and something that really got me down at the beginning of my whole health and fitness journey was I started gaining weight. The more that I worked out, I actually have gained 10 pounds from working out, and it's because I have so much more muscle now than when I started. And in the beginning, when I started gaining weight, for me, being on the smaller side, I was like, holy crap, this is not okay, like what's happening? And so you kind of have to look at your situation, look at where you are, and determine, the reasons that things are happening. And I guarantee you, if you're putting in the effort and you are trying to make a difference in your life, it's not wasted time, it's not wasted effort. I want to share with you a quote that I shared with my team during our training, and it was this: what you do makes a difference. You just have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. And that quote is by Jane Goodall, and I thought that perfectly sums up our mindset and how much of a difference we're willing to make for ourselves, for those around us, whether it's business related, health related, or just personally related. You've got to get rid of those negative thoughts before you can move on. So there's a couple things that I want to leave you with here that you can consider as you're working on moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And mind you, this is a daily thing. You have to work at it every day. Some days are harder than others. Some days are easier than others. But as you get into the habit of shutting down those negative thoughts, it's going to get easier. It really will. You're going to look at yourself and say, I got this. I can do this. I can push through. So if you're struggling with a fixed mindset, look at your goals and break them into smaller pieces. Start small. Start with something that you know you can achieve quickly, and then build up to that larger goal. That way you start feeling more successful, more positive about it. You're going to quickly see that shift in your mindset to congratulate yourself, to be able to move yourself forward in a more positive manner. The next thing is using positive affirmations. It sounds so silly, and it's something that I still haven't started to do, which is horrible because I totally should. The research, if you do any research on using positive affirmations, the effect is huge. It's absolutely huge. So why haven't I started doing it yet? Fear, definitely. Possibly, the fear of being more successful than I can imagine. And I use the excuse of time also. Positive affirmations, the first time I read about it, I laughed. I was like, well, that's stupid. And again, that's just the fear of trying something new, talking. Another thing that a lot of people recommend to help you change your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is creating a vision board. What do you want to achieve? Generally people do these in January, and your goal is to reach all these things by December, but your vision board can be totally flexible. If you start off small, you can add to it as you work for it. Make one now. You still have a few months till the end of the year to reach anything that you put on that vision board. And the last thing that I thought was most powerful that I shared with my team was remove the word expert from your vocabulary, because really, truly, if you talk to the people that we consider experts in any field, whether it's direct sales or doctors or teachers, any of those people, they will specifically tell you that they're not experts, that they're actually students. They're still continuing to learn. They're still continuing to modify and change the methods that they use, the practices that they use, the things that they do to reach their network, whether it's students or clients, in any way, shape, or form. Taking that pressure of becoming an expert out of your life is really going to help you just focus on growing and continue to grow as a person, as a professional, in whatever business you're doing or whatever goal you have, fitness related also. Understanding that we're all learning and growing as we go through the process is huge. And it takes that piece of having to be perfect out, so then it's one less thing that you can beat yourself up about. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I thought Friday was a perfect day to bring it up, share it with you. So my challenge to you is this: determine the reason behind your negative fixed mindset. Is it an excuse, or is it something truly that you need to work on? If it's an excuse and you can recognize that, you're already taking a step in the right direction. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope that something that I said reached you today and is going to help propel you towards whatever goals that you have set for yourself. If you have anything to share about mindset or setting goals and reaching them, I would love to see any comments that you can share or any resources that you've used also. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again soon.